Most doctors in primary care are going to have at least one or two patients in their practice that have Down syndrome. When we say Down syndrome, we're not saying a sickness, we're saying a syndrome or a constellation of physical manifestations that actually make a person have Down syndrome. Some of those manifestations include short stature and then a whole host of other things that are frequently associated with it. Your chromosomes, which should normally branch off and one pair comes from mom and one pair comes from dad, they send 2 of chromosome 21 instead of the 1, and instead of subsequently having a chromosome with 2 arms, you get one with 3. And this becomes trisomy 21 or Down syndrome.
I'd like to be a singer. That's always been my passion.
Julie has trisomy 21, which is the most common form of Down syndrome. It kind of affects everything about a person with Down syndrome, both mentally and physically, meaning that everything is just in a little bit of a slower motion. They get there, they learn to walk, they learn to do arithmetic and reading, but just maybe at a little slower pace than the average person.
Really hot, don't water it because it's not really good. When he was born, I wasn't quite sure what to do. Somebody at the hospital said we have a couple of groups, Down syndrome groups here in San Francisco, and so I started going to these groups and they helped me out quite a bit. My son is older, so we're kind of the senior moms who help all the new moms that are coming up.
I got involved in the Down syndrome support group right after Zaria was born, and they had a group of moms that had just had babies pretty recently with Downs. It was nice to have to know that there were other moms out there that were, at about the same age as my child, and we were going through the same things together, and it was nice to have that support, My fears about school, they ease you into it so gradually, and it's so, developmentally based that it seems like she was in school from the time she was, probably 7 or 8 months old.
In my classroom, we have students with a variety of special needs. We've worked with students with autism, with Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, pretty much a very wide spectrum of students. Some people who teach like to see great strides. I can really appreciate when somebody can just move a leg just a tiny bit, or when they learn how to zip up something by themselves. I'm working on everything from letter recognition all the way up to 5th and 6th grade reading material comprehension. We also do work training, cooking skills. We work on measuring, we work on money, we work on giving change back. And I draw on all of my teaching skills and all of my staff's teaching skills to help them be more independent.
Julie's been in a program since she graduated from high school called Transition, Sonoma County Office of Education Transition Program. It's designed to help young adults with developmental disabilities gain job skills. We have a family friend on board that now takes her shopping.
I started working with Julie doing one-on-one in a classroom when she was in about 4th grade, and I worked with her for 5-6 years till she was a sophomore. About 6 months ago, her mom approached me to work with her on transition because Julie wants to move out and live on her own. So I'm working with her on shopping and banking and busing. She decides what she wants to have for a couple of meals and makes her list, and she's been doing her own shopping. She's doing a great job now.
The one thing Julie's figured out is to become a bargain shopper, because she realizes now if you go for the more expensive items, then she runs out of money. So she's actually becoming a really good bargain shopper these days.
One of Mark's favorite things to do is skipping. And now every evening he skips for about 45 minutes. Everybody knows Mark throughout the neighborhood, and if we're in the store or somewhere, they'll say, "We know you, you're the guy who skips." So Mark's known as the skipper. The fears kind of subside, and there's always going to be kids who make fun or say things.
I will eat them here and there, say I will eat them anywhere. I do so like spinach and ham. Thank you.
Rudolf Steiner said about Down's children, they're like little angels who've come to the earth plane to teach us love is more important than the mighty intellect.
I like to be a singer. That's always been my passion.